Welcome everybody to this week's edition of the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm your host, Coach Devon Powell, head coach at Law High School, also assistant basketball coach at Law High School, joined by the one and only, the hardest working man in podcast land, the Midnight Rider. How you feeling today, brother? I don't know if you can hear me.
Sorry, man. I had to run do something real quick. We
No,
good, man.
You all right?
Real good.
Hey, man, it's glad to be back with you guys today, man. And I know we touched on it last show, with Coach Mayo, but today we laid Coach Mayo to rest. So just wanted to acknowledge that today, man. We laid to rest one of the great coaches in PG County history, man. So it was a good moment being there today. I didn't stay for the entire funeral because I also had to get some dental work done today too. So if I look like I'm in pain, because I am in pain right now, but it's great seeing a lot of the coaches from the county, a lot of the kids that Mayo had coached throughout the years at all his stops, Bowie, Forestville, Flowers, Law. Good to catch up with some of the coaches, man, and good to see his family. This is death is never an easy thing to deal with, and they're still dealing with it, man. But so we just gonna keep lifting up our prayers towards them and everybody that Mayo touched in his life, man. So during his life. So like I said, it was a great moment to be there, and glad that I had the opportunity to get there and at least show my respects to Coach Mayo and the family. So just wanted to shout that out real quick. We touched on it last week, but that was a rough one today, Midnight. Rough one.
I can tell in your voice, man. I can hear it. So did the and I don't know how this works, but county, or did y'all have any particular speakers from the area that represented for PG County?
Oh yeah, it was PG County was definitely in the building today. From all walks of life, man, principals, ADs, teachers that worked with him. Like I said, former students that some of them now coach as well. So it was a good bit of everybody in there today.
That's always good to see, man. It's always. I said this after I lost my pops, but I think the one thing, if he has kids, the one thing they'll notice is the way people talk about him and the reverence they'll have for him when they talk about him, and you'll hear it in people's voices. And that's when your parent lived a good life and they did things the right way.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that. And I had some conversations with some guys, man, that I didn't know personally, but everybody just had great things to say about Mayo. Like I said, he was a guy that he would do anything for you. Give you the shirt off his back. Was always looking out for the kids. So it was definitely a great moment. And like I said, I was glad to be there. Wish I could have stayed there a little bit longer today, but I had to go see the dentist and get this darn tooth pulled, man. So as soon as I finish tonight, I'm going to sleep.
All right. What kind of drugs they give you? They give you anything good?
Look, it don't even have to be good for me because I'm a weakling when it comes to pain medicine. So I could take one Tylenol and I could be knocked out for the night. So that's why I always tell people, you ain't never got to worry about me being on no hard drugs because I can't handle it. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. I can't handle it. We got a bunch of comments already.
You know who it is.
Who is it? Two guesses
who you think it be.
It's 7. Start the show. All right, Moot. You know, he getting on me because last week we had some technical difficulties.
All right.
Got my man Drip checking in today. Say Moot Wild.
Yeah, that's the second one.
And there it is. This 2 weeks in a row he fired. See how they treat me. You're supposed to be my brothers. Supposed to be my brothers. There we go. Look. We've been in practice since last Wednesday, and I ain't fired a coach yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing good.
You say for the real thing?
Yeah, my defensive coordinator gonna be fired as soon as he give up his first down. And you know, I think I even shouted at the coaches last week, and I still ain't fired nobody. So I'm doing good, man.
You pacing yourself. You still in preseason mode.
Right. Yeah, that's what I am. My guy Carsten from MFE checking in already. What's up, coaches? Looking forward to a great show. Moot, looks like you got hit with a 2-piece and a biscuit. You good? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's supposed to be my man.
Oh man. So what we got today going on?
Hey man, so last week
1, 2, 3
for the show, man, we previewed the 1A and 2A for PG County football, man, and I did some interviews while we was down at Media Day last week. Like I said, Media Day was held at the 300 at Law this year due to some changes. So we're going to continue and cover the 3A and 4A for PG County today. And we ain't going to play around. We're going to get right into it, like I said, because as soon as this show is over, I'm going to bed. And I got to get my rest so I can make sure I get down to training camp tomorrow, because I'm going to training camp tomorrow. So,
is this another one of those ones that they got set aside for you coaches?
No, this is just a regular day.
Okay.
Regular day that I got passes to, man, and take my boys down there, my sons, and let them, you know, even though none of them are Redskin fans, they're gonna be Redskin fans tomorrow.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So which one of your sons gonna wear his cowboy gear or whatever team he likes?
Oh, I mean, we ain't got no Cowboys now. That's a no.
Okay.
No. So DJ, my oldest boy, he's a Falcons fan. Christian, he's a Chiefs fan.
Okay.
And then Caden, the youngest boy, he's a Chargers fan. So
there was something about the Chargers in this area. It's a lot of cats that like the Chargers. I know there's been some local guys that play for the Chargers. God, what's his name? I think Jeremy. I can't think of the outside linebacker from Carroll, number 42. I know he played there for a bit. I'm probably gonna mention only Lions, so I apologize to everybody. But Jamal Williams is another one.
Told you part of the 300 now. Don't be thinking about no.
I'm always the Lion. Always the Lion, coach.
Yeah, that green and gold, man. It looked too much like Notre Dame.
Hey, go with home missing. I know when them boys used to rock the gold cleats. Oh man. All right. Who you want to start with? You want to just go in order?
Yeah, just go in order.
Yeah, all right.
Go in order. Like I said, guys, bear with me because I am in pain right now. So, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Ain't no excuses. The show must go on.
All right. So looks like first up we got Northwestern. You want to do a preview or you want to do a recap?
Go ahead, play the video first, and then I'll come on after.
Started. All right. We're here, Coach Devon Powell, head coach at Law High School with the Pretenders and Contenders Coaches Show. We're here with the Northwestern Wildcats here, and Coach Lacey. How's it going, fellas?
We're doing really good. We want to thank you for having us.
All right. Coach, introduce you. Who you got with you today?
This is Andre Espinal, rising senior. He's been a leader in the program. He's someone that's really put the work in, just gathering everybody. I'm very proud of this young man. Even days we don't have workouts, he'll get in our group me message. Who want to go to Planet Fitness to work out? Who want to go to the field and get some work in? Just a great leader. I'm excited for what he can do for his senior year.
All right, coach. So being first year head coach there at Northwestern, I know you've been coaching for a while. As the head coach, what's been going on this off season? What you guys been doing to get prepared for this upcoming season?
Like I said earlier, I'm coming from a program. I was at Flowers for about the last 5 years. Actually coached Northwestern 4 years before that. I've been bringing a new mindset, right? The mindset of every day you come out here to compete. Every day is a chance to get better. Every day is a chance to dominate the day. Take those same tools and mindsets into your life, and you'll go great places.
All right. So tell us one thing you and your teammates been doing this off season.
One thing that we've done to prepare ourselves for this offseason is lifting weights and always, putting in our best effort into anything that we do, whether that's indies or footwork or agility and team toughness.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all taking some time out with us today. We wish y'all good luck this season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having us.
All right. No problem.
Hey, man, so that was Coach Lacey and the Northwestern Wildcats from out there in Hyattsville. They're coming off a season last year where they struggled. They went 1-9. The only win came against Bladensburg in week 5. So Coach Lacey takes over for Coach Pierre. Coach Pierre was there at Northwestern for a long time. Great guy. He's part of our Coaches Association, man. And, he decided to walk away after last season. So Coach Lacey, who I think works at Northwestern as well, is taking over. He's excited to be there. And, he got his work cut out for him. He's trying to take over for Pierre that's been there for a long time, man. And he's trying to, get the kids to come out and play for the Wildcats this year. We've talked about it on this show before, the demographic up here on the northern side of the county, has changed. And, a lot of kids play soccer now, and some of these schools are struggling to get the football players out there. So Coach Lacey has his work cut out for him, and but he's excited, man. He's ready to get rolling, and interested to see what he does this year. First year at the helm, he was at Flowers for a while as assistant coach. So he's been around some good coaches. So let's see what he's going to bring to the table. And Coach Drip. No, Northwestern is 4A, but we only got 2 3A teams in PG County. And they do a lot of things with the 4A squad. So when I say we're covering 3A, 4A, not the classification, just the 3A and the 4A teams in PG County. That's what we got tonight. So just to clear that up. So, yeah, that's Northwestern, man. They, they got a young squad. They're gonna have a lot of kids that haven't played before. So we'll see what they do this year. All right, who we got next?
Next up, looks like you got Bladensburg on this.
All right, Coach Devon Powell here, coach of Law High School, here for the Pretenders of Contenders Coaches Show. I'm here with Coach Marshall, new head coach at Bladensburg High School. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, Coach? How you feeling, man?
Feeling
I'm good.
good.
I'm good. Yes, sir.
All right, so introduce who you got with us today.
So I got Q with me. I starting running back at the varsity level. Just got with us this year, man. We ready to make something happen.
All right. So, Coach, let everybody know, off season's coming to an end now. So let us know what the Mustangs been working on to get ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, man, just working on a lot of discipline. Obviously the things that plague you as a football team is pre-snap penalties, right, and turnovers. So we're working on making sure that we don't have those type of problems and that we put a good product on the field, especially when we come up here and play the 300, right? We want to make sure we got a good product, we have a good game, and then within the white lines, we play hard.
All right. So, Q, talk about what you and your teammates been doing this offseason.
Me and my teammates been working hard, just putting the work in because we know what we got to do to make our dreams come true, to go undefeated most likely this season. We just got to keep working and just have a good season.
All right. So as a program coach, you stepping in this year, man, and talk about some of the changes that you implemented this offseason, man.
Strictly just a program, right? It's first and foremost put some structure to the program. what comes first? Like we stated in the auditorium just now, God, family, school, football, right? Belief, understanding that, being great off the campus, right, with our family and friends and our cousins and all the folks that care about us outside the building, and then inside the building, right, being the best students we could be, pushing that 3.0, 3.5, 4.0 GPA standard, making sure that attendance is 100%, and that, every quarter we're ready to play football, not just in the fourth quarter when it's time for eligibility, right? And then last but not least, the biggest thing that we've been focusing in on and changing here is just the way that you all see Bladensburg football. We want to be able to put the best student athletes on the field and create scholar athletes and be able to take these guys to the next level so the county can be stronger, right?
Right. Yes, sir, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank
Joining
you.
the podcast.
Appreciate you,
Good luck
Coach.
this
You know it,
season.
man. Can't wait to see y'all.
All right.
So that was Coach Marshall, new head coach at Bladensburg High School. And, another situation, man, he's walking into a tough situation. But he's a very energetic coach, man. And, he's going to jump in and he's trying to tackle it, tackle what he can, man. He's coming in hot. He's been reaching out, working with the community and getting things together as far as trying to put the structure together to change that program. They were 0-9 last year and did not participate in the playoffs. So he definitely has his work cut out. And, he's been grinding. He's been out, on the recruiting trail, trying to pick up players. He's been working hard in the building, trying to get players interested. But it's gonna be it's a tough road. It's gonna take him some time. I don't know why in the hell, what makes him want to keep calling out the 300. So I'm rooting for the guy, but when I put 90 up on him, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody else because he's been calling us. He called us out a couple of times. So so I'm gonna make sure I put 90 up on him. Okay, but hey. Good guy though. I actually like him though. He's a good coach, man. And it's going to take some time, but if he's given the time, I can see him changing things around, man. And not getting them to the promised land, but just changing the direction that they've been going into.
Getting them some consistency at least, even
Right.
if they can just I got you. All right. So next up is clip 309.
All right.
That's Parkdale, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
All right. Coach Devon Powell here with the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm here at the PG County Media Day with Coach Stan, one of the long-term coaches in the county. How you feeling, Coach?
I'm all right. Everything's good.
All right. So let us know who you got with you today.
Hector Diaz.
All right. So, Coach, off season coming to an end. We get started for real this week. So let us know what the Panthers been working on this off season.
Getting better as a team, coming together, camaraderie, and getting stronger.
Right. So talk about your teammates. Every time the coaches can't control everything in the off season. So what you guys been working on this off season?
My team, love them. It's real life for brotherhood over here at Parkdale, and I love all my guys. We're hardworking, we're dedicated, and we all want to get better. I feel like last year left a nasty taste in our mouth and we try and get out of that.
So, Coach, talk about Media Day. This is something that the county puts on every year. State of Maryland, we was probably one of the first to start doing it. So explain the importance of having Media Day for our county schools.
It's a great thing for exposure for the kids. The main thing is to let everybody know that PG County do have great football players and great programs.
All right. And Coach, before I let you go, I don't like to end on a sad note like this, but, talk about Coach Mayo. We lost a legend last week. Talk about what Coach Mayo meant to PG County football and the kids in this area.
Coach Mayos is definitely qualified Hall of Famer. He started with a program over at Forestville, did a super job, went to the state championship there, took Flowers. I think he has the most wins in Flowers history, and he did a great job at Laurel. He will be surely missed and a real good friend of mine.
Thank you, Coach, and I wish y'all nothing but the best this year.
All right, man.
Except for week one.
I don't think we're showing up. We might not have enough kids.
Look, you sound like.
So that was Coach Stan and the Parkdale Panthers, man. And, Stan is one of those guys that I got a lot of respect for in his coaching game, because no matter what Stan has in the building, what he puts out there on the field, talent-wise, you best believe that they're going to come ready to play. They're going to play hard every single game. It doesn't matter who they are. He is one of the coaches that I can say truly gets the most out of what he has in his program. And, he's in a situation too, just like, all the other northern schools is, they don't get the kids out like, some of our southern schools do in the county. But you best believe when you play Parkdale, you're going to know you played Parkdale. And, he's a great coach. He keeps telling me that he don't know how much longer he's going to coach, but I don't believe it, because every year Stan just keeps showing up and showing out. So they're coming off a season last year, man, where they were struggled. They struggled. They were 2-8 last year. They lost in the first round of playoffs to Duval in a close game. But the one, like I said, they're going to battle. They're going to battle over there. So it's going to be a tough road for them again this year. They do have a tough schedule, and they do open up with us again this year. We beat them last year to 326-18. And we kind of took our foot off the pedal on that one, because we jumped out. I think it was 21-0 early. So we're going down to Parkdale on September 5th, and they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready to battle us, man. So we're gonna come and have to come with our A game. And like I said, I don't expect nothing less from Stan, man. Like I said, one of the great coaches out there in this area. So I got a lot of respect for him.
That's what's up. So that means you open week 1 on the road. Where are you week 2? Isn't 2 Wise?
Yeah, week 2 we got Wise, and then week 3 we got Northwestern coming to the 300. We got back-to-back home games. Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's get to that next clip. We got let's see. This is going to be 310. I think this is Bowie Bulldogs, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Head coach, Law High School, Devon Powell. We're here with the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I got the Bowie Bulldogs in the house. All right, Coach, go ahead and introduce yourself. And who you got with you?
I'm Augustus Parrish, head coach, Bowie Bulldogs, and I got my big guy, Jonathan Agogo, our anchor, everywhere on the line.
Thank you. All right, Coach. So season, we just finished the off season. You're getting ready to start for real this week. Tell us one thing that you guys been working on this year.
One thing we just been working on is being consistent. You know what I mean? Showing up for workouts consistent, so we don't have to redo something, you know what I mean? So we know the summer always brings vacation and all that big thing, but, just being consistent in your effort that you give every day, being consistent in the energy that you give. So I would say that's one of the biggest things that we've really been preaching is just, being consistent, throughout this summer.
All right. So as players,
So
during
I
the
was-
off season, during the off season, coaches can't do everything. Like y'all got to get in and put some work in yourselves. So what's thing you and your players been doing, your teammates been doing this off season?
Just going out when we don't have workouts, putting in work anytime. Even when workouts get canceled or we're not able to go, we put in work no matter what, weekends, holidays, no matter what. And we're just building our chemistry and getting better as a team and as an offensive line.
Okay, coming from this upcoming season, Coach, what's one of the things you want to do better this year that you didn't do last year?
Finish games. I think we were in games, whether it be the first half or whether it be for 3 quarters, but then we would run out of gas or something would happen and we would just go into the tank. So I would just say, finishing games and being more competitive, throughout the duration of the whole season.
All right. So what's one goal that you and your teammates did set for this year?
Just to win and just show energy and effort no matter what we do. And even if a team scores or anything, just keep on fighting and keep on putting our gas on the pedal.
All right. So here for the Pretenders and Contenders Coaches Show, we got the Bowie Bulldogs here, and we're going to wish them good luck this year as we set forth for county play.
Let's go. The Bulldogs.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate that.
All right. That was Coach Parrish from the Bowie Bulldogs. Coach Parrish has been there for a few years now, and that Bowie's always one of those schools that's always been very competitive. They struggled last year as well. They finished 2-8. during the season, and they had a rough schedule, man. Especially early on, like 6 of their first 7 games, man. They had Gwen Park to open up. They went week 2 to Bladensburg. Then they had Potomac, Wise, Oxon Hill, Suitland, and Roosevelt. Like,
Dang.
that was yeah, that was murderous road for them, man. That was a tough schedule for them, and Coach Purse, he's not going to mince his words. Like you said in the video, they didn't compete, for 4 quarters. He had a young team, and a team that was not as experienced as he's been used to. He lost a couple of players to transfers last year and the year before, and it kind of showed. But it's one thing that Bowie's going to do. They're going to play ball too, and he's going to coach them up and get them ready. And then they have the same schedule that they had last year because we're on year 2 of our scheduling cycle. So it's going to be tough again. Going to be tough again for them. But, they've been working hard this season, and, Bowie's Bowie,
Right.
I like the coach, but I don't like him when we play. So
Two quick ones for you. First one, how long is the schedule cycle? Is it a 2-year cycle, 3-year? I probably asked you this before.
Yeah, we do 2-year cycles. So this is the last year of this cycle, and so next year we'll have a new rotation. Hopefully we'll have that rotation in like January. They don't wait till late to decide what our schedule is going to look like. But yeah, this will be the last season of that 2-year cycle.
And then I just looked up the big fella, 6'5", 290.
Man, that guy. Man, when he stood next to me, I looked up at first before we started rolling. I was like, man, what the hell going on here? Like, where he come from? Yeah, and look, and then Coach Purse looked at him and was like, man, you didn't grew about 2-3 inches since the last time I've seen you. So
this thing says 6'4". I know he ain't 6'4".
Nah, he taller
He
than
gotta
that.
be at least 6'5", 6'7" almost.
Yeah, he taller than that. So yeah, they got a nice sized kid there, left tackle for him. So we'll see them week 9. I think that's their homecoming too when we play them on Halloween Day.
Mm-hmm. But we know it's where they going on short yardage.
Right. It'd be a fool not to.
Next clip, 311. All right, here we go.
All
right, Coach Devon Powell here, Coach of Law, here with the Pretenders of Contenders Coaches Show. I'm here with Coach Chuck and the Duval Tigers. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing, Coach? How you?
All right, introduce who you got with us today.
I have Christian Smith, starting quarterback and linebacker.
All right. So, Coach, let us know what's one thing that you guys been working on this off season as you are taking over the realms at Duval.
We're starting to prepare to get off the ground faster. We got to get a better start in all of our games, scrimmages, practices. We just got to come out and start fast.
All right. My guy here, QB1. So what's one thing that you and your teammates been doing this off season?
Working on team bonding, going to the field together, trying to get stronger, trying to get faster, doing everything we need to do to be prepared for the season.
So, Coach, how big of an adjustment has this been? You was at Central for a couple of years. I forgot to say, hey, you was the reigning Coach of the Year this year. So you're moving over to Duval. How big of an adjustment has it been so far?
First and foremost, I would like to shout out Central. I thank them for the opportunity to become a head football coach in Prince George's County. But my coaching career actually started at Duval High School in football. So I'm just coming back in a familiar place with familiar faces and ready to hit the ground running.
All right, so QB1, give us one goal that you and your teammates got for this year.
To be better, to win more games, try and compete, try and show other teams that we are able to compete with other teams. That's the goal.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all for joining the show today, and good luck on the season. There you go. All right.
So that's Coach Chuck Alston, new head coach at Duval High School. Like I said, Coach Chuck is coming over from Central last year where, they had a great season at Central last season, man, and he turned that program around at Central in the few years he was there, and now he's looking to do it at Duval. Duval's coming off a season where they were 4-7 last year. They defeated Parkdale in the first round of the playoffs, but then lost to Wise. Well, they didn't get to play Wise. The game was forfeited due to some other issues. But he's taking over a program, man, that Duval is one of those squads that they're usually middle of the pack. And then they have a good season and they have a bad season. Going to be tough for him to start out. He lost some of the key players on that team that decided to transfer. And then their big tight end from last year graduated, of course. I think he's at Temple. University. But Coach Chuck, he's brought over most of his staff from Central and added a couple of more pieces, man. So he's working. Coach is one of those guys that he knows the game. He played the game. He knows the game, and he's gonna coach those guys up, man. So biggest thing he said that he was doing, it was getting in the building and recruiting, trying to get the kids out there, and get them dedicated. The QB, that's my guy, man. He's been there, all 4 years. This will be his 4th year. And we played against him all those years, man. He's just a good kid, so I like him. Tough kid.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Why all your PG quarterbacks want to play linebacker? What's wrong with these them boys, man? They don't want to play safety. They don't want to play corner. They all play linebacker.
Hey, man, they want to be physical. They want some contact. Make them tough. Get them tough out there, man. And he got some good size to him, man. And I saw him over the summer, and we were talking about some of the players that had left the school and transferred to, some other school, this other school out there that I'm not even gonna mention. But he said something, man, that resonated with me, man, and it showed me what type of kid he was, because these were his boys that he played with the last 3 years. And he was like, Coach, if they don't want to be here, forget them. Let them go.
Hey, that's it.
Because we trying to change things this year, and we trying to play ball. And they decided they wanted to leave, let them leave. We not even going to think about it. So I was like, you know what? That's why you my guy. That's why you my guy.
All right, so now we on clip 312.
All right. Coach Devon Powell here with the Pretenders of Contenders Coaches Show. I'm joined by Coach Tom Green with Eleanor Roosevelt Raiders. What's going on, Coach?
Nothing much, Coach.
All right, let us know who you got with you.
I got Jaleel Holman here with me today. He's a junior quarterback, started last year, 6 games. Got him here ready to get ready for the season.
All right, Coach. So tell us, what's one thing you guys been working on this offseason to prepare for the upcoming year?
Working out 5 days a week. In the past, we go 3 days. We knew we had to get stronger as a team, so we worked out, changed the schedule, got in 5 days a week, and then took advantage of the 12 days that the state gave us and put in all of the stuff that we need to run during the season to be successful.
So as a quarterback, you got to be kind of a leader on the team. So what's one of the things that you've been getting your teammates to do in the offseason?
Well, I kind of been working on myself being a better leader, because I don't feel like I'm the leader that I need to be. So I've been working on me corralling my team and getting us ready for the season.
So, Coach, coming off of last year, what's one of the things you think you can improve off of last season to do better this year?
I think work on just discipline, being able to go on 2, go on 3, just the little things where I think those close games you can win. I think we couldn't go on 2 and 3 during the snap count, just jumping off sides, undisciplined stuff. Just working on that the whole off season, on just being more disciplined. And then, again, trying to hold on to the football. Turnovers affect the outcome of games. So we're trying to, be safer with the ball, more secure with the ball, and not turn the ball over.
Okay. All right, so what's one goal that you and your teammates have set for this season?
State championship is always the goal, but a goal that I set for myself is to hold on to the ball more, like my coach said.
All right. So, Coach, before I let you go, I want to take this opportunity. We lost a legend in PG County last week, Coach Mayo. Just speak real briefly about his impact on the county and the football that we have in this area.
Just to go back, Coach Mayo was a state championship coach in '99 at Forestville High School. Opened up Flowers High School. Was there for 18 years. Coach Mayo has always been a stand-up guy. He was always the type of coach that you could call if you needed anything, even if you played against him. I also want to mention he came here and led Laurel to an 8-2 record, made the playoffs here when they hadn't made the playoffs in a while, back when you had to earn the playoffs. So again, just, Coach Mayo, just, we lost a big one. It really hit me hard when I found out because he was always a stand-up guy, and I remember all the things that he did for the kids at Forestville, Flowers, Laurel. I remember at Forestville, the guy spent Friday nights at his house to make sure that everybody ate breakfast and got to the game on time Saturday. It's just, the list goes on and on, all the things and the impact that he had on so many young men in PG County.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate that, man, and good luck to y'all this season.
Appreciate you.
All right, that's Coach Tom Green, head coach at Eleanor Roosevelt High School. Roosevelt is one of the top programs, been one of the top programs in PG counties throughout the years. And Coach Tom has been there for a while. They finished 7-3 last year. Lost in the playoffs to Flowers in the second round because they had a bye first round. And he lost one of his he's lost his starting running back from last year's team. He transferred to QO. But he has his quarterback returning. Like I said, he started 6 games for them last year. And Rose is one of those teams that they're gonna battle. They're always gonna be competitive. They're coached well. Coach Tom has a great coaching staff over there, man. Offensive coordinator Coach Jason Powell is one of my guys. They stick to their offense, man, and they do it well. He has some good size on his line this year. And that should help them out a lot. So, they should have another good season this year. And we'll see how they do once they get out the playoffs, man. And Roosevelt is Roosevelt. Like I said, they've had talent over the years. I'm gonna call them out because a lot of their talent, should have been going to Law High School, but that damn science and tech program. But like I said, Roosevelt.
So I heard something there that I hear a lot from you guys since we've been doing this show. I hear a lot of coaches talk about when you had to earn making the playoffs. I'm taking it that it's not a lot of coaches that are big on that everybody gets into the playoffs model.
So I can tell you one thing, that there aren't that many coaches that like it. Okay. And I've said it on this show several times. I'm very vocal about it. I don't believe that everybody should make the playoffs. I think that they need to go back to a 10-game schedule again, regular season schedule, and you qualify for the playoffs, you in. And if you don't, great job, and start getting ready for next season. In the last couple of years, that would have impacted us. We wouldn't have been in the playoffs, but it is what it is. I think the playoffs shouldn't be something that's taken lightly. And I think you got to earn your way in. That's how it was when I played. I don't know if I mentioned it here before, but my senior year, we were 7-3. We were a really good team. We just fell short. It came down to our game against Suitland, and when Suitland had Lamont Jordan, and they beat us 14-12. Lamont scored on us late in the fourth quarter, and we fell short, and that knocked us out the playoffs. And that was a year where I think if we get in the playoffs, we make a good run. Did we win the state championship? Not sure, but we make a good run because we were one of the better teams out there. For the first 6 weeks of the season, we was the number 1 defense in the state of Maryland. But we played ball, and we didn't get in the playoffs that year because we didn't qualify. So I think they need to go back to that. They changed that rule after COVID. Gotcha. I understood it at that point. Give everybody extra opportunity. But now we need to get back to you got to qualify for the playoffs. And I don't know where the state is on that, but I wish they would go back to it.
All right, that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and get the next one up. I think that's 313. Do you know who that is, Coach? Clip
Not
313.
off my head.
Don't worry about it.
All right, Coach Devon Powell, head coach of Law High School, here with the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm joined by Coach Jeffries from the Oxon Hill Clippers. How's it going, Coach?
It's going great, man. This is a great event. We're glad to be here.
All right, so let us know who you got with you today.
I have my wide receiver, Dior Ray. He's with us today.
All right. So, Dior, real quick, tell us one thing that you and your teammates been working on this offseason.
This offseason, we working on getting better 1% every day, finishing, and just not leaving no man behind.
Jeffrey, so one of the things, you're trying to build off of last season. I know you got a good squad returning back. So what's one of the things that you're concentrating on this offseason to prepare for this year?
Concentrating on finishing. We felt that we won a lot of games, but if we didn't finish strong like we should have, we left a lot of points on the board and got complacent towards the end and didn't finish as well as we should have. So the message I've been sending to the team is finishing everything in the classroom, in practice, sprints, and definitely in the games.
So what's one personal goal you got for yourself and one goal that you and your teammates got for the year?
For my teammates this year, we want to, like you said, finish strong. We want to go all the way. We want a state championship. And for myself, I feel like I want to make all Met.
So, Coach, before I let you go, been asking some of the coaches that's been here for a while in the county. We lost a great coach in Coach Mayo last week. So just talk briefly about his impact on the county and what he did for our youth in this area.
Oh, Coach Mayo was a great guy, man, in terms of working with his team, developing his players, always being cordial and upfront with me as an opposing coach and a friend. I know he's a Hampton grad. And my wife's a Hampton grad, and he's really great with what he does in the community and what he did in the community. So he will be missed, and my condolences to his family.
We appreciate it, Coach, man, and good luck this year, man. We're gonna be watching.
Yep.
Making sure y'all get past that hump this year.
All right, that was Coach Jeffries, the Oxon Hill Clippers, man. And, Coach Jeffries was talking about something that a lot of us coaches have been talking about this offseason, man, and that's finishing. And, it's crazy that Oxon Hill was 9-3 last year, Midnight Rider, and they lost an overtime game, 32-26 to Potomac in week 4. It was a controversial call, but the outcome is the outcome.
Is that the one with the play in the end zone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Then they lost to Roosevelt last week of the season, 14-7. And then when they got into the playoffs, they beat Einstein first round. They played Potomac again at Potomac and beat them 34-18. And then they were playing Prairie Hall with the opportunity to go to the I think they was going to the state semifinals if they won this game. Playing Prairie Hall, was up 14 points in the fourth quarter late in the game and wound up losing 35-34 in overtime. So they lost 3 games. 3 games by a total of 14 points. And like Coach said, it's about finishing. And that playoff win, I know it hurt. I know it hurt those kids. Watching it, it hurt me. I felt bad for them. Just watching that game, and I was on the show with Coach Drip, and I was like, there's no way in the world that Oxon Hill loses this game, but you got to close it out. Like we discussed last week, you got to play. We play the games, right? Paper championships don't mean anything, and those kids fell short. So I know I know it's burning inside for them to hurry up and get back on this field, man, because they feel like they got unfinished business, and they got a great squad coming back. Their quarterback is one of the best in PG County, who's returning. The receiver Dior that they had on the interview, he's one of the best receivers in the county. So they got a nice squad coming back. Ain't gonna be easy for them, You know, they got some tough games. They got Suitland week 3, Potomac week 4. They got Flowers on the schedule. They got Roosevelt on the schedule. So it's going to be tough for them. But you know, Coach Jeffries always has his guys ready to play, man. And we'll see what happens. But that was heartbreaking last year.
I see you not slacking on wide receivers with height. Good God, that kid was what 6'1", 6 feet, 180, 190 look like. He could probably get up and go, man.
Yeah, he was a nice sized kid. Yeah, he's actually pretty decent. He's actually pretty decent, man. He's you know, I watched him a couple of times last year. He can go.
All right, here's an interesting question. Coach Drip says you don't have to answer now, but how can we get go-go back in schools?
So you know, it's interesting because a lot of these kids these days they into that Don DMV rap, which I can't stand because I don't understand the Don thing they're saying. So a lot of kids aren't in the go-go like we were when we were younger. You know, come to the 300, we play some go-go though. You know, our DJ mixes in there, but the kids just aren't into it like they used to be, man. And I don't know the reason why they're not, but you know, just how it is.
I think the DMV rap scene has started making a move, and everybody's kind of starting to focus on that. I think that's what it is.
I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
I understand you can't, we can't, but they love it.
Yeah, they do. They do love it. And every time they ask me, can we put this as part of our intro? I'm like, nope.
There you go.
Nope. Won't happen.
And then Coach Drip, I guess he was talking about the playoff game. He said he turned the game off. He thought they had it. I remember him saying that because I think he came on with us.
Yeah, we discussed that, man, and he said that he thought the game was over. A lot of people thought it was over, to be honest, but that's why you keep playing. You play the game till the final whistle.
And then Coach Mook says kids got to be interested in it. When we was coming up, everybody wanted to be in the band, Drip. Now everybody want to be rappers that all sound the same.
Yeah.
Now we starting to sound like some old men.
Yeah, we're gonna be old men on that one because I swear I can't stand that. And I like a lot of rap. I'm into a lot of hip hop and all that stuff, man. But that stuff I can't get with.
Nah, we had like I was telling somebody, if we had known what we had at Bosco, we'd have put a booth instead of a gym because like the last team I coached, I think it's like 6 kids that went on and tried to do some form of rap, have some form of a rap career. I know I got a couple of their albums, but that's crazy. Let's go ahead and get to. I think I know where I'm at. I think I'm on 314 because 313 should be what you call it.
Coach Devon Powell here with the Pretenders of Contenders Coaches Show. I'm here with Coach Crump and Potomac Wolverines. Sorry about that. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing, Coach?
All right. Let us know who you got with you today.
I got right here Damari Ambassador. Had high production in the offense last year. He's looking to come back, not only have for himself, but share with his team.
All right. So, Coach, let us, we're getting ready for the season this week, starting up for real now. Let us know what's one thing that you guys been working on this offseason.
This offseason, we're working on just different, getting to the next level on the blocking scheme, just doing things that we haven't been able to have much success doing. Like going from, we can throw the ball deep, we can throw the ball short, but can we throw the ball intermediate? So those are one of the things that we're focusing on, just making our passing game a little better.
All right. The same question with you. What's one thing that you and your teammates been working on this offseason?
Developing our routes, our breaks, like mostly everything that we need to accomplish our goals this season and beat teams that we've been wanting to beat for a minute.
All right, Coach. So coming off of last year, what's one goal that you set for your squad this year? Take that next step.
Man, the next step is just to, continue playing beyond where we left off last year. Last year ended with a disappointment. Not just because we lost to Oxon Hill, but it was some other things that could have been avoided that interfere with us focusing on playing that game. So, but just to make sure we don't have those same issues again that affects the team, and so we better focus on. But mainly just to get further than we were last year.
All right. So what's one goal that you set for yourself this year, and one goal that your teammates have set for the year?
One goal I got set for the year is being a team player and making sure my team eat as much I eat. So instead of me eating all the food, they eat food too. And then the team set goals to discipline ourselves, humble ourselves, going to all our other games, and just be the team that we is.
All right. So, Coach, before I let you go, I've been asking some of the coaches that's been in the county for a while. We lost a coaching legend last week, and Coach Mayo. Just briefly talk about the impact that he had on our county and our football programs.
Coach Mayo, I remember mostly from Forestville and the type of teams he had at Forestville, type of players that he had. And he was a guy that he came off just smooth. I never really heard him yell, complain from my perspective. I just learned from him. And he just had a lot of poise. You knew he passionate to the kids because I knew how the kids felt about their head coach. But, one of the things I just remember the most about Coach Mayo, he was just a cool guy. He was even keeled.
Except when it came to his quarterbacks.
I don't know why he ain't like throwing the ball, but yeah. But yeah, man, it's a big loss because he affected a lot of young men over the years of him being in PG County Public Schools. And like from afar, you always try to look at other coaches and see what they do, and steal a piece of their characteristics as a coach, and implement it into your style. Everything's about everybody learning from each other. So, I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's what I did.
I always say coaching ain't nothing but stealing from other players, other people. So, hey, I appreciate that, man, and good luck this season, man.
Same to you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Same to you, Coach.
All right, bye.
That's Coach Crump, Potomac Wolverines. Coach Crump's another coach that's been around for a while, man. And, when you play against them Potomac squads, they're always going to come to battle. It's always going to be tough. We actually have to go down to them on their homecoming this year. So it's going to be a good environment. Should be some good football. They're coming off a season where they were 7-3 last year. They started out the season 6-0. Then they hit a stretch where they had to play Wise and Flowers back to back. And, Coach will tell you that, his teams just didn't come to show up to play those games. And, he was, not disappointed in those outcomes, but he just felt like they could have competed a little bit better. They got into the playoffs and they lost to Oxon Hill in that second round of the playoffs, man. So, Coach is reloading and, he feels like he missed out on an opportunity last year. So he's coming strong this year, man. And, number 5 that they had there, and forgive me, man, because his name is slipping my mind right now, but he's electric on the field. He's electric. He can get it done, man. So, we're expecting some good things for Potomac. Like I said, those Oxon Hill battles last year was some big battles, and they're right around the corner from each other. So of course, it's a rivalry, but we'll see what happens this year and see if they can make it over that hump and get past Oxon Hill. I thought at the time that whoever won that playoff game between those two had a good shot of making it to the state championship. But like I said, Oxon Hill, fell up short in that Prairie Hall game.
All right. Let's see. We got 2 left.
All right, here, Coach Devon Powell, Law High School, here for the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm here with the Law Spartans here. We got, introduce yourselves to everybody.
Class 2027 center, Brandon Brady.
Class 27 quarterback, linebacker, Demarius Custis.
Class 27 wideout, Kareem Oyekon.
All right, fellas. So we get started for real this week. The off season is over. So what's one of the things that you guys been working on this off season?
Being a better leader, being a better center overall, working on my hand placement, my footwork, stuff like that.
Being more of a vocal leader, making sure my throws are on point, the accuracy, the timing, and all that.
Stepping into more of a leader role and perfecting my craft.
All right. So building off of last season. So what's one of the things that you guys set as a goal to improve on this upcoming season?
Getting all my upcoming juniors ready for when they become a senior. Getting them ready to take over as leaders and captains of that O-line.
Have a better winning record as last year.
Going to every game to kill, win as many games as possible.
All right. So, as all three of you are seniors, senior leaders, just briefly talk about your experience here at Law High School the last 3.5 years.
It's been great. Growing and becoming a better player, a better man. Seeing all my seniors instill their will into me, trying to make me grow as a better player. Giving me a lot of life lessons that'll hold dear to me my rest of my life.
It's been a good ride. Year 4 coming up. I made a lot of connections, a lot of more friendships, brotherhoods, and a lot of new friends in general.
It's been a good lesson of seeing what to do and what not to do, and stepping in the road, becoming winners.
All right. I appreciate y'all joining the show today, man, and let's get it.
Sure.
There was the legendary 300 Home of the Light show being interviewed. 55, the big fella, the center. Does he want to be a coach? Has he expressed anything like that to you? Because he sounded like somebody that wanted to, because he talked about developing the juniors into being leaders as seniors. You don't hear most kids say that.
So we call him BB. His name is Brandon Brady. He's a smart kid in the classroom and off the field. Very smart kid. He could be a coach. He is a leader. But if he was to ever become a coach, he would be more of a crash out than me and Coach Mook put together. Because we gotta get that boy to control his attitude and temper all the time. And like I said, good kid though, great kid, great family. He's just fiery, man. He gets out on that field, and I guarantee you, and you think about it, you probably seen him every game last year. We had to try to control him from crashing out.
Coach Mook wild on this one. He called him, man, he fresh.
Yeah. Coach Mook is an idiot, man.
So the big fella, the wide receiver, did he switch numbers? I thought he was 7.
He was 7 last year. He's switching to number 2 this year. Okay. So these kids, they don't understand consistency.
It's all good, man. Mm-hmm. So your QB1, what have you seen in the off season that lets you know he's different than who he was last year?
So he's being more vocal this year. And he's touched on it in a couple of interviews that he's done this offseason, man, about being a leader and stepping up. So he's being a little bit more vocal. Behind the scenes, he's doing a little bit more of, getting guys together and getting work in. And, so he's just growing. He's still a kid. He still has fun when he's out there. But, it's a different level of maturity when I see him out on the field at practice now. He's actually, me and him have a lot of conversations, off the field, and he's taking to, I'm very critical on the quarterback, especially him, because I know what potential he has. He's been with me. This will be the 4th year that he's been with me, so I'm very critical of him. But he's been more receptive, this off season of things that I'm talking to him about, things I need to see him develop and change. And, before, he might not have saw what I was saying, but he's seeing a lot of it now. So a lot of kids on the team and even the coaches don't know that I give him homework all the time. Like just the other day, I picked out in his whole career here, I picked out his worst game. And I told him to go back and watch that game and tell me everything that went wrong in that game and everything that he did wrong in that game. That was his assignment over the weekend that's due to me today. Somebody hit him up and let him know, your homework's due. But he's just growing, man. So, he tells me all the time he's an athlete. He's not a quarterback. He's an athlete. And he's a kid that can handle a lot of responsibility. So in my career, I've never let my quarterbacks play defense before.
Right.
He's the only and the first and only kid that I've ever allowed to be a quarterback and a defensive player as well. So that's my guy. That's my guy. So
from what I've seen, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you guys would be in that group where everybody's talking about we got to finish better. So what have you done differently this all season to concentrate on finishing games?
So, last year, I didn't say this earlier. Last year we were 5-5. And I can tell you in every single game that we lost outside of one, it was more of what we did than what other teams did to us. And then when you saying finishing, and I've been saying finish, playing till the whistle stops, all 11 hats to the ball, running through tackles, blocking till the whistle blows. All of the stuff that we need to do to take that next step is what we've been concentrating on this summer. We've been, we utilized our 12 legal practice days this year to pretty much install everything we wanted to, for the early part of the season. And now, like Saturday, for instance, we're at practice, and, the install period, it don't take that long because these kids know it. Like, we can get through it rapidly because they know what we're trying to do. So concentrating on that, doing the little things that, can turn a team from a pretender into a contender, which I always say. So that's what we've been working on, man. And I always tell the kids, look back to our Duval game last year, okay? Last season. We went and played Duval. We won that game 29-24. We were down 21-0 in the first quarter.
Right.
21-0 in the first quarter. And everything that happened in that game was us. We did it to ourselves. It wasn't, not taking anything away from Duval, but it wasn't nothing that they did to us that made me think that they were the better team. Even down 21-0, I knew we were the better team and was going to win that game. As long as they just kept fighting and allowed the coaching staff to keep coaching them up. And that's what happened. We came back and won that game in great fashion.
No, I totally agree. I mean, because the one thing I took away from y'all season last year is success is success. But until you deal with adversity, is the only way, or how you deal with adversity is the only way you'll know what true success is.
Yep.
Because that was the biggest thing you'd have, and I can remember the games and I'd see the play, and I'm like, it's either one or two things. They're going to respond or they're going to fold on it.
Mm-hmm.
And on the bad nights, it was a fold, and on the good nights, y'all responded. But yeah. And we talked about that before you went to your playoff game. We sat here and we talked about y'all being your worst enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what we were. We were our worst enemy. Think back to the Potomac game. Potomac they get the ball first. They score two plays, right? Go 7-0. We come right back down the field and score. Then I think they scored again. It was 14-7. We get the ball back. We driving. And then we had a possession where we had two straight holding calls.
Mm-hmm.
Two straight holding calls, a drop pass, and something else happened in that instance. Like, we did that to ourselves. It wasn't what the other team was doing. We did it to ourselves. And then that game, took a turn. Potomac wound up going up, but then we fought back. And, came up a little bit short. But we were our own worst enemy all season long.
Sorry about that.
No,
but yeah, last question. I know the seniors, the 3 guys you had there, but is there a kid that you're like chomping at the bit to see how he responds this season? That's not in your senior
So,
leadership.
Davion Stannard, we call him Day Day, and I think what did Day Day wear last year? He wore number 4 last year. He's wearing number 5 this year. So he started every single game for us last year until he broke his thumb towards the end of the season, and he was our starting safety last year. We moved him more to our rover this year, and he's going to get more touches in the backfield. And he is a young guy that he don't speak much. He just plays football. He just plays football. He does the little things. He ain't he ain't the fastest. He ain't the strongest, but he just plays football. And he shows up every day. I don't think he missed but one workout, and that was because of an appointment all off season long. And I'm talking about since January. Like, this kid is always there. He never gives you any problems. He don't talk back. Tell him to do something, even if he don't like it, he's gonna do it. And he's one kid, and that I'm looking forward to seeing take that big step. Like I said, he's going into his junior year. As a sophomore, he was a big part of our team, and I think this year it will be his breakout year where he'll let the county know what he's made of. He's a little guy. He ain't that tall, but he's big in heart. So I'm excited to see him this year.
That's what's up. Before we get too far, I know Anthony asked the question: PG County, the entirety of Baltimore, or is PG a certain part of Baltimore? And actually let them answer. PG isn't a part of Baltimore. We a whole county away, since Howard County is between us and Baltimore.
Yeah. Anthony, PG County is right outside of DC.
Yep.
We border PG County borders DC.
Some people even say certain parts of the PG is Ward 9.
Right.
So hey, it's funny. Coach Mook says Davion Stannard as well, and then Michael Price, new Flight Club member. So there we go on that, and let's keep this last one. I forgot who it is, but here we go.
All right, here, Coach Law High School, Devon Powell, here with the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm joined by the new head coach at Charles Herbert Flowers High School, Coach Groves. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing, Coach? Thanks for having us. Great event today.
All right. Introduce who you got with us today.
I got my senior. He's classified as an athlete on the field. He does it all: running back, DB, wide receiver, nickel. Elijah Johnson.
All right. So, Coach, we're heading to the start of the season now. We get started for real this week. Say one of the things that you guys have been working on this year to get prepared for the upcoming season.
Trusting each other, showing up with effort, and just showing them, and especially when they don't want to come. Those would be the best practices that we have. Just showing up with effort, continue to develop our guys, man, as young leaders on and off the field. That's one of the biggest messages that we had. Put in the work, be silent about it, and our work will speak for itself. We don't have to make that much noise. We don't got to do all that talking. We don't got to do any going back, social media. We hear the whispers on all levels, so we just need to shut up, get our work done, and be humble and kick butt on Friday Night Lights.
Sorry, this ain't no PG.
Okay,
This podcast is legit. So what's one of the things you and your teammates been working on this offseason?
Oh, just preparation, just taking one day at a time, just stacking days. That's all we focus on right now.
All right, well, stay with the mic. So, what's one goal that you guys got for yourselves coming in that Coach hasn't given y'all?
One goal we got for ourselves is to be coaches on the field. We want to coach ourselves without our coaches having to coach us like we are childs or babies. We want to be our coaches on the field as leaders.
He knows that comes with preparation, putting the time in, preparing for the game. And those guys have been doing things to lead, so we can trust them to be coaching themselves on the field, man.
All right, Coach. Well, I know you was with the last coaching staff, all right, but you're taking over now. This is your program. So what's one thing that everybody can expect to see from the Jaguars this year?
I'm hard-nosed, grit, and passionate about it. So you're going to see a lot of that come out on our programs play, man. They're going to be passionate, they're going to be tough, and they're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to be prepared, man. So what that equals to, that's what's going to equal to. But you're definitely going to see that through our team this year.
All right, Coach. Well, here we wish y'all good luck this year, man, and we'll be watching.
Man, we wish y'all good luck too until we have to meet, man.
Well, look, we don't meet this year, so we ain't got to worry about it.
That's right.
All right, good luck, fellas.
Oh man, I love that sentiment, dog. Y'all all say the same thing.
Yeah, man.
It's like it's in the handbook. It's like they gave out a coaching handbook, and that's line number 1 before you turn this page. I wish you nothing but success, except when you play us.
Exactly.
That's the norm.
You know, that's the norm, and that's how I feel about everybody as well too. You know, even the coaches I do like and get along with. You know, I like you, but when we get that across that sideline from each other, man, I wish bad things upon you.
I feel you, man.
Bad things upon you. So that was Coach Groves. He took over for Coach Powell at Flowers High School, but he had been with Coach Powell for a long time. So he's not new to the building of the program. Flowers had a tough year last year, some controversy that ended up with, Coach Powell leaving the program. But Flowers were still Flowers. They got into the playoffs and they lost a tough game to QO, Quince Orchard. And that was one of those games where I felt like Flowers had, an opportunity to beat QO. Some other people didn't have that same sentiment as I did, but I felt like they had enough. They just couldn't put it together. But it was a tough game. It was a battle. I think the final score was like 21-10, something like that. And Flowers couldn't throw the ball, and that was one thing that hindered them last year. They couldn't throw the ball, and they needed to be able to put the ball in the air during that game because QO's D-line was just crazy. Their D-line was crazy last year, so it was tough to move the ball, tough to run on them, man. But, Flowers had their opportunities. They just couldn't take advantage of it. But, they're going to come back this year, man, and they lost some kids that transferred out, but they still got a lot of talent over there, and they're going to be tough opponent. Coach Groves is, trying to implement his system now. So things will look a little different than when Coach Powell was running things. And, their season is going to be determined on their coaching staff, how they do, implementing a new scheme and coaching kids up. And that's what it's going to come down to. They have a new quarterback in the program. I forgot his name, but new quarterback there that, he can throw the ball. We actually went up to them a couple of weeks ago, played some 7-on-7. So they got a quarterback that can throw the ball.
Okay.
But the kids are still, it's a new offense. So the kids are learning a new offense. We'll see how that goes. They, they have a tough schedule. I mean, it's not going to be easy for Flowers. To open up with Eastern. Then they got Rose, and then they got Wise. So 3 tough games right off the bat. Then they got a stretch late in the season where they got Oxon Hill, Potomac, and Suitland to close out the season. So going to be some good battles. Going to be some good battles for them, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Coach Drip, for nostalgia's sake, shoot me your season review from the MCO on Seneca Valley. That used to be one of the places that if my dad didn't have certain stuff going on, that's one of the schools I used to always go and watch. We used to always go and watch play, or he would referee. I would sit on the sideline and watch the game. So, let me know what Seneca Valley up to. I'm just curious.
Before we move on, so Suitland was at media day, and I don't know how I missed them, and because Suitland was actually hosting, so I don't know how we missed each other, and I didn't get to interview them. Suitland is, I don't even know what to say they're going through right now. But they're going through some changes, some internal things right now. So more to come on that later. I'm not gonna cover that today, but I missed them. But Suitland finished the year last year 6-4, and they early on they were a tough team, man. Suitland was playing some tough football. They lost to Oxon Hill early on, 21-18 in a close game, and then they hit a stretch at the end where they had to play Wise and Flowers to close out the season back to back. And they lost both of those games, and then had to play Flowers in the first round of the playoffs, and they lost that one 34-6. So it was tough. It's going to be interesting to see how the defense looks without, Mr. Defensive Player of the Year, Saquon Ofis, who we've had on the show, who's up on campus and loving life, man. Loving life up there at Stony Brook right now. So actually going to reach out to him, man, to see how things are going. See if I can get an update from him and my other guy, Tymon.
We gotta get Tymon for sure.
Yeah, see how things are going. So, but yeah, Suitland, they got a lot of talent coming back though. Offensively, they're still going to be very, very good. Just don't know how they are going to be defensively yet. They lost their nose tackle who graduated. Like I said, so the middle of that defense is not there now. So, and whoever's coming up in the pike now has some big shoes to follow. Because, like I said, Saquon was a dog. He was all over the place, man.
But one thing Suitland keeps is a middle linebacker.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. So, also the other squad, I did interview Coach Rapp at Wise. I didn't get a chance to send that video to it because I got to break it up because it was too long. Once Rapp gets to talking.
So let's do that next week.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We'll play that. We'll start the show off next week with the Wise preview. I'll talk about them. Like I said, I'm gonna have to split that video up into 2 parts, just to get it to you so we can upload it into the studio. Okay, and I ran out of time trying to do that last night, and I didn't have no time to do it today. So, Rapp gonna take it personal. He gonna use it as some kind of bulletin board material that I forgot about him, but he'll be all right. Rapp, I know you always watch and listen to the podcast the next day, so I got you next week. Don't worry about it. All right. But yeah, that's our preview, man, for PG County 3A 4A. This is gonna be a big year, Midnight. It's a lot of talent. It's going to be some really good games this year, man, and I'm excited and looking forward to it. Because I think this, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, and my opinion is the only one that matters right now because I'm saying it, is that I think collectively, I think this might be one of the strongest years from top to bottom.
Okay.
For PG County. We usually have, a few teams at the top that are, great. And then, we got some middle of the road teams. And then, we got, the ones at the bottom. But I think this year, that gap has closed. You got Wise up here. You got Flowers, below them. But I think that middle of the road is you got Douglas, you got Gwen Park, you got Suitland, you got Oxon Hill, you got Potomac. I'm gonna throw myself in there. You got the 300. So I think this is gonna be a good year, man. I think this is gonna be a good year football wise. We're gonna see a lot of good games, matchups this year. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle every week in PG County this year.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do. If you play Friday night, I think Saturday I'm gonna try to go somewhere. I might have to go up to the Mo for a little bit, see what they got. But I gotta figure that part out. Or otherwise, I'm gonna end up probably at Suitland because that's where a family friend, Doc Matrix, he used to go there. So there's a connection there. So maybe I hit them up, and then I gotta definitely check in with my boy Darian quick and see what's up with them Lions. You know what I'm saying? So we doing our thing, but yeah, this is gonna be a fun year, man.
Yep.
'Cause everybody I see got somebody got an athlete somewhere, man. Like watching those videos, them kids wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't no faking in them interviews, man. Them kids was ready to go. They was on course. I loved how they said the same thing the coaches said. So it's gonna be interesting. The key next is gonna be execution.
You're right. Comes down to execution, man. And when I did the interviews, I told the coaches, head coach and one athlete.
Right.
But there was some other, like Roosevelt was big. There's some big kids out there that we just didn't see in the interview. So like I said, it's gonna be a good year, man. Coach Jaden said it in the chat. This could be a parity year where a lot of things can happen, man. A lot of movement. So I'm excited to get it going, man. We finally get to throw on the pads, full pads tomorrow. First day in full pads. And then we can start click clacking on Friday and Saturday. That's the first legal day to have scrimmages. So it's getting closer and closer. It's go time. It's go time.
So in this part of the schedule, like, what do you is it the excitement of the pads coming on? Like, what's the thing that gives you the energy in this time? Like, you're like sitting there ready. I know you're ready to go. I know you too well.
Man, look, it just seemed like this off season was long. And when we were able to get into real practice, official practice, last Wednesday, man, I was just excited, man. Like, all of us work, all of us build into, the goal of winning a championship, a state championship. But when you get to that first official day of practice, man, like the juices is flowing, and now tomorrow's the first official day to have the pads on. Like the juices is flowing even more, man. And it's that excitement for a new year. Something new, a fresh start. Everybody right now is 0-0. And the goal is to win one game at a time. Win the first game. Win the first game. So I'm just excited, man. And I don't brag enough on my team, because I try to be neutral. But I'm excited for my team, man. I think that we have a lot of talent. We don't have the numbers as a Wise or Flowers. I'm not rolling out 80 kids on the varsity or whatever, but I think we got some good pieces and good talent to make some noise this year. So I'm excited to see it, man. A lot of the seniors we have. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I just had a thought hit me as you were talking. So what did you lose from last year? You lose RB1?
So we lost King James Corbett. He's now at West Virginia Wesleyan, him and Tymon at the same school.
Okay.
So we lost him. We lost our starting right tackle from last year. His family had to move, so he's at Northeast High School in Anne Arundel County now. We lost one of our receivers, Kenneth Cosmas, who was on the other side of Kareem, number 9. We lost the speedster. He's a senior, graduated. Then I'm trying to think, and all 4 of our starting D linemen last year all graduated. So all 4 of them are gone. So, and all 4 of them are playing on the next level. So, that's big pieces we lost there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I had something else, but I got distracted because my phone just went off. So,
All right, man. So what you got going on this week, man? We're at that point in the show. Let us know what's coming on the Sideline
oh,
Junkies Podcast Network.
So this week we are tomorrow at 6:30. It's Unapologetic. I don't know their topic. They're doing the divisions. So I think they're doing the NFC North and the AFC North this week.
Yeah, they are. Yep,
That comes on at 6:30. At 7:45 is me and the big guy KG. I don't know what we got on the agenda. I know we're gonna have some baseball talk. I know we're gonna talk a little preseason football wrap up, and then Wednesday the Nothing But Net is still on its break, so you won't have a Wednesday show. Thursday, 7:15, you'll have the Thursday night throwdown. Friday night's gonna be different, man. Friday night we got the Friday night freestyle, but we're doing the open mic edition. So if you know people that are poets and like to perform or like to get just speak their truth, we're gonna have a space for them. We're gonna try to manage it the best we can to get everybody included. But yeah, we want to just have a spot because last week, if you didn't catch the Friday night freestyle, we talked about different songs. We talked about food places. We talked about the best duets. The Friday night freestyle truly lives in its lane of being something free. But this week, because I know a couple people that wanted to get back into performing their poetry and doing some of the things that they write, we figured, well, why have to go to a spot to spit or to do your poetry when you can come to us and we give you a safe space to go ahead and do it and be creative. So that's Friday, 7:15. Saturday is, of course, the WrestleManiacs. And then Sunday, the Sunday Rise is off. So then we come right back to Monday with the crew that's here. It's I don't know if Scooter and Sarah are gonna be able to do drive time at 5, but that's the plan for now. And then at 7, we back here, me and you, doing what we do. And don't forget the week after, you need to try to get Coach Mitch. Because I know the way today look, yeah, I ain't making it next Monday. Without that Monday.
Yep. Got you. So I'll work on that. If I don't get her, so I know they be ending practice around the same time. I'll bring my guys, Coach Mook and Coach Marcus in.
I don't know if you want to talk to my Coach Marcus. I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, I ain't fired him yet, so he been all right so far. I ain't had to fire him since last year, so he'll be all right.
So what's opening day for you, Coach?
So opening day is September 5th.
Okay.
September 5th, we travel to Parkdale at 2:00. It's a Saturday game. So we're going on the road that day. And then our JV opens up that day too as well. Saturday morning, Parkdale will be at the 300 at 9:30 in the morning. So we got a double hitter that day. State of Maryland, the first play date is Friday, September 4th. But with Parkdale not having lights, they got to play their games on Saturday. So,
all right, I can't wait for the intro.
Yep.
I know you changed. So I ain't gonna ask. I don't want no details before.
Yeah, the intro will be different. It'll be different. It'll be different. But we'll see it. We'll see it soon.
All right, cool. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. But all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, man. I'm about to go to bed.
All right.
When you got dinner work, man, you can't eat nothing.
Right.
So instead of sitting here looking and being hungry, I'm gonna go to sleep and be hungry.
That's what's up, man. Take care of yourself, man. Show.
Yes, indeed.
Next week, man.
Yep. Next week we back, man. Like I said, we'll preview Wise since I'll get the video straight, and I'm still working on my guests for next week, but I'll let you know once I get them. But here we are, man. And don't forget, starting September 6th, the PG County Rundown. Sunday mornings, 30-minute show, just highlighting the results of every PG County game from the weekend. So that'll be on Sunday mornings before the Sunday morning rise. And like I said, it'll be a pre-recorded show. So, won't be no comments or nothing like that. But, check in to get your early morning high school fix leading into the new week of the season. So that's coming up soon.
Let's do this too. Let's take I know you can send me a couple highlights and we'll make sure, even though they may not see it on Sunday, we can post it on Monday and we can make, get some shine.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta do the whole 30-minute show, but I'm just saying, like, you pick like a top 2. And then we go from there.
Yep. And see, Moot working on getting this stuff 5, man. He just keep talking trash. Talking about somebody get that bad smoothie or something.
You can't do that. Moot, you can't do that because you gotta give him soup. You can't give him a smoothie because the smoothie is a straw and you can't.
Nah. They said I can have a smoothie, man. I just gotta use a spoon.
Right. I was about to say that's the only way you can do it. You can't do a straw.
That's all right. My lady, she done made me something up there, man. As soon as I finish the show, I get something. It just ain't gonna be what I want.
I feel you, man.
Yep. But all right, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all, man, and for joining us. And we'll catch y'all again next week. We out of here.